Welcome, friends. I'm greeting you from the capital of Georgia.
Good evening, greeting you from the live broadcast of the Georgian Public Television Studio.
We're being watched by audience in Georgia, Ukraine, Armenia, Belarus, Moldova, Azerbaijan live and all around the world through the internet stream.
Right, today is a Human Rights Day, and on this day we will tell you about those people who give each other hope.
We, Lika Evgenidze and Alexander Yiltsov, welcome you and announce the opening of the show, a new initiative of the ADAMI Media Prize, the live pitching of media projects.
Projects where authors play people at the center.
Project where authors place a diverse society in focus.
Religious, ethnic, cultural diversity, tolerant and peaceful coexistence.
ADAMI Media Prize presents 8 unique stories by 8 authors. So how did we come to this day? Let's see the video.
The ADAMI Media Prize aims to increase media interest in promoting cultural diversity in Eastern Europe and Caucasus and to encourage networking among journalists, filmmakers and media executives. With its competitions, educational program initiatives and public events, ADAMI wants to incentivize media professionals in the countries of the European Union's Eastern Partnership to address topics of migration, minorities and tolerance and to expose these issues to a wider audience. Apart from the awards, ADAMI organizes networking and educational events throughout the year. There is the ADAMI Dialogue Conference format where TV and media professionals come together from the EU and the Eastern Partnership countries for knowledge exchange on cultural diversity. In 2021, ADAMI Dialogue was focused on cultural diversity in the production of TV series from Eastern and Western Europe. At the ADAMI Studio workshops, filmmakers and producers get the chance to work on their edits with international professionals. During the pandemic, ADAMI has set up a new talk format, ADAMI Focus, with public figures from the region discussing diversity in media. In 2021, ADAMI has launched a new competition from live TV pitching. On 10th December, 8 selected projects will compete for the prize in a TV show. Additionally, ADAMI has set up a crowdfunding to help the projects to be realized. 100 film, TV or web video projects were submitted, out of which only 8 projects could be chosen by an international jury that gathered in Cologne for 2 days, discussing the trailers and pitches of the applicants intensively. Out of many interesting projects, only 8 could be chosen, and the authors of these 8 projects are here in Tbilisi today.
Each one of you has the opportunity to participate in the creating these projects to contribute to diversity in our world.
And right now, at this very minute, on the website of the ADAMI Media Prize, you can make a financial contribution to the development of your chosen project through crowdfunding.
You will have this opportunity until the end of the year, so stay with us. Read the details on the ADAMI Media Prize webpage.
The most important thing is that in addition to crowdfunding, the main task of the ADAMI Media Prize is to give these 8 projects a perspective and opportunity for development.
All 8 projects are already winners, and ADAMI Media Prize is a bridge between project authors and production companies or various organizations. At the same time, at the end of the show, our in-studio jury will select 1 project from the 8 nominees to receive a monetary award from ADAMI Media Prize.
Right, and now we want to present to you the members of the jury.
US film producer of Hangover, Independence Day and 300 Spartans, William Frey.
Dutch filmmaker Ineke Smits, very well familiar with Eastern Europe.
And another member of jury, Dr. Christoph Bayer, program director of the German Agency for International Cooperation in the South Caucasus.
Thank you. So today the jury will reveal the winning projects and it will receive a cash award from ADAMI Media Prize worth 2,000 euros.
Wow! The authors of the project must convince the audience and the jury of the uniqueness of their projects.
It's not so easy to tell an amazing story in just 4 minutes on the basis of which you hope to create a piece of art.
Attract partners and develop your project with the help of ADAMIMediaPrize.
We would like to present the 8 projects finalists selected by the international jury. Let's take a look.
Armenia, separated. Sona Kocharyan. Azerbaijan, next station, Mariam Rahimova. Belarus, road to Slavalachia, Varfolomei Kuraga. Moldova, lost in Moldova, Vlad Bulgarin. Ukraine, Dudu and Lala, Tatiana Suchkova-Ladik. Georgia, prisoner from Dagestan, Elena Tsintsadze. Georgia, the lion that guards the city, Tamara Mshrenyeradze. Georgia, Biteshuga, Anna Barjadze.
The first project from Moldova.
Moldova, lost in Moldova, Vlad Bulgarin.
What would you do if you cannot get over a breakup? Our heartbroken hero decides to come to Moldova. My name is Kalin Laur and I'm film director. Lost in Moldova is a web fictional comedy series that I inspired from a real story. Diego, our hero, is a loser from America who wants to get his ex-girlfriend back. To do so and to impress her, he decides to join the Peace Corps and volunteers as an English teacher, and finally he ends up in a small village from Moldova. Here he meets his new host family, new people, new friends, new language, and the clash of two cultures produce a lot of funny situations. This teaches Diego that to see the life in a new way. This is a story of getting out of the comfort zone and overcome arrogance and ego. So let's see how Diego's journey begins. Please the trailer.
Hi, Kelsey.
Surprise! I'm in Peace Corps! I just arrived at my site in a small village in Moldova. I bet you thought I'd never do it. It's peaceful here. I'm excited to meet my new colleagues and settle in my new life.
Apartment? No apartment. Sper să nu și o problemă. Altfel, femeia mea ieși de amândoi.
What is this?
Welcome to Moldova in my home. I wish you health and happiness over the next 2 years.
Noroc. Hey, Kelsey. You would love it here.
Lost in Moldova is a crowd-funded project, which means we were able to do it only with the support and donation from the people. Now we have 3 episodes that are online on our YouTube channel and 3 more in post-production. Our goal with this series is to show cultural diversity and the true values of friendship with comedy and humor. So what do you think? Will Diego get lost in Moldova, or he will try to find his true self? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. This is a real question. And now we kindly ask Mr. William Fay to say, what do you think about this project? Good evening.
It looks like a lot of fun. I think the actors are compelling. It'll be interesting to see how far you can take that project, but the interplay between the actors was a lot of fun. I thought that was an interesting approach. And you know, I can see where you can pick up quite a bit of comedy from it. Mm-hmm. So,
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Many thanks to the authors and the jury. We now present the next project from Georgia.
Georgia, bitte sugar, Anna Barjadze.
Hello. Can you imagine the kids growing up without care of their mother? Our protagonists do. They are three brothers from a small industrial town from Georgia called Agara, which was built around the sugar factory. They are not orphans, but however they have to play the role of the parents to each other because their mother works in Italy and a family to support the family, and their father is rarely at home. So this is our project about. Peter Sugar, I'm Irina, the producer, and meet Anna, she's a director.
Hello. I filmed to show you deeply intimate and personal stories. I'm from the same town where my characters are coming from. 3 years ago, sugar factory was closed and people went for a work immigration. But I have known these boys since they were born, so I want to show their daily life and special events. How oldest brother and middle one tries to fulfill the role of the mother. Meanwhile, the youngest one practice and shows it online to the mother to make proud of him. So this is a story about three brave young brothers who cope their daily challenges with themselves because they have not seen their mother almost 3 years.
Now maybe it's time to meet our characters. Trailer, please.
ჩაკეტე საზღვრები უკვე იტალია საქართველოს? აბა.
Ты როგორ ხარ?
Привет.
როგორ?
კარგი დრო დამილიკეთ ის დროა და ჭამთან შეიძლება ჭამის დროს ლაპარაკი. შეეშვი.
კარგადო. ჭამ.
ერთად ჭამო?
კი?
Thank you so much for your presentation. It was the project from Georgia. And now we kindly ask Mrs. Ineke Smith to sum up shortly. What do you think about this project?
I think it's very, very interesting project. Not only because you have three lovely protagonists, but also because there's so many immigrant workers around the world, and we never know, we never or hardly ever see what they are leaving behind in the country where they come from. So I think this is a very small story, but at the same time a very big story that could happen in many, many different places of the world. So bravo, I like it very much.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thanks.
And thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We will not make any comments in order to give the viewers complete freedom of assentment. And we now present the next project from Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan, next station, Mariam Rahimova.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mariam, and I'm from Azerbaijan. I've made several short films and documentaries as my assignments at the university, and this is the middle-length documentary that I'm currently working on. In this documentary film, I will show you the life stories of 3 people that I've grown up in the same neighborhood and shared my whole entire childhood with in Azerbaijan. The life stories of these people are very touching yet very inspiring. With this film, I want to reveal the idea of having the desire to overcome the obstacles, fight the hardships of life, and aim to win in life. While I was shooting and filming their life experiences and life stories, I felt like I was traveling through various stations of life, through which I came to find a lot of things about my inner self and where I finally found myself. The film reveals the idea of having the desire to find yourself, to overcome your fears and to win in life. This is why I would like to show you the trailer to make it more clear for you, to meet the characters. Thank you.
Thank you, Mariam. It was the project from Azerbaijan. And now we kindly ask Mr. Bayer to share his comments about this project.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mariam, for this very interesting project, which we have seen. I think it's very much taking up the topic of the whole festival, diversity. You have 3 very different, very diverse characters, and you show us their life, and it's about self-realization, it's about identity.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting to see. I do not see exactly at the moment, is there a relationship? Is there something common between these 3 characters? But it makes one curious to learn more, and I would be happy to see the movie, as we all do not know enough about day-to-day life in Azerbaijan. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mariam.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bayer. And now we present to you a project from Ukraine.
Ukraine, Dudu and Lala, Tatiana Suchkova-Ladik.
Добрый вечер.
Good evening, my name is
Меня
Tatiana.
зовут Татьяна.
I'm a director from Ukraine, and I would like to present to your attention the trailer for Dudu and Lala.
გამარჯობათ, მე დუდუნია ვარ. ეს ფილმი არის ცოტა ჩემზე, ცოტა ლალაზე.
Наш проект – це 5 пісень, в яких викладається вся наша творча, любовна історія з моїм другом. Цей бенд – це поєднання Грузії та України. Це також любов країни.
Фильм «Дуду и Лала» — это история
Dudu and Lala is a story about two people, Georgian Dudu and Ukrainian Lala. They are musicians who work in a unique direction, combining the musical traditions of their peoples. Lala sang Ukrainian songs since childhood.
Лала с детства пела украинские песни, а Дуду играл на народных
And Dudu
инструментах.
played folk instruments, and many years later they will meet in Kiev, and their music will be close to many. It will become unique for themselves. The film makes it possible to feel the flavor of Georgian and Ukrainian history. We will see the experience of our heroes, interaction with their loved ones,
Мы увидим переживания наших героев, взаимодействие с их родными и близкими людьми.
and despite the fact that each of them sing in their own language, their creativity will be understandable and close to everyone because love gives wings. Meet Dudu and Lala.
სტუმრის ხელი აქვს პატიოსნება ურდულად ადევს და ჩვენ სუფრაზე თუ გვიმღერია მეზობლის მანია სულაც ამდევ ვინაც ყვა ჩვენზე ვიწროთ არიან ერთი ოთახი სამარა დავჭირ ჩვენ სახლს ვიფასო სამი გარი აქვს სამი პანჯარა მე შენ და ბავშვი
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to you. Hopefully you can understand everything what was saying, but I think you could understand also like the music and rhythm, everything. Mr. Frey, what do you think about this project?
Well, music is a universal language, so I think we can all understand that. Obviously, the centerpiece of this is the music and your relationship, and it certainly comes through in the little trailer that you shot. That what a wonderful relationship that is, and how it speaks to, you know, the different cultures that you come from, which is kind of exciting. I'd be interested to see where this goes from here, and how you, you know, how we follow your story going on in the future. But certainly, I mean, seeing your dynamic, it's very exciting to watch the two of you together.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
That was an original presentation, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
And now you will see another project from Georgia.
Georgia, prisoner from Dagestan, Elena Tsintsadze.
We are going to tell you a story which at first started from love and continued with horrible tragedy, but still there is some hope. I'm Mariam Bitadze, producer of Prisoner from Dagestan. Please roll the trailer.
Pnelotachshi shukhi otnov pshutavs. Loginze gamxtari khali წევს და სტკივა. Erdros motexili xelebi, motexili ფეხი. Სხეულზე იარები, ჭრილობები. წლებმა რომ ვერ მოაშუშა. ან იქნებ თავისი ისტორია უფრო სტკივა და ვერ ივიწყებს ყვება და თან ვერ ყვება. არც მენა აქვს, არც საუბარი შეუძლია. მხედველობაც თითქმის დაკარგა, მაგრამ მაინც ყვება უნდა მოყვეს სხვანაირად არ შეუძლია.
ფეხი მოტეხილი ქონდა, მაგას ხელი მოტეხილი ქონდა. ღამე მოდიოდნენ კაცებიო. 2-3 კაცი მოდიოდაო. მცემდნენო. მაუპატიურებდნენო.
ძველი ამბავია, მაშინ ახალგაზრდა იყო. საყვარელ მამაკაცთან ერთად ოჯახს გამოექცა. დაღესტნის მთები გადმოიარა და საქართველოსკენ წამოვიდა. იყო ბედნიერებაც ოღონდ ხანმოკლე და როგორ არ ვიცით, მაგრამ ერთ დღეს მარტო დარჩა. უხმოდ, უსმენოდ, უპატრონოდ, სულ მარტო. ყვება ჟესტებით სრულ სიჩუმეში და თითქოს ასეთი რამ არ მოგისმენია. არ სრულდება და სულ უფრო სასტიკი ხდება ამბავი, ადამიანები და ცხოვრებაც. ცხოვრება როგორც ერთი დიდი ტკივილი.
Good evening. I want to say that this is a story about old woman whose only wish is to find her children, and that's why she's sitting next to the window and she's waiting all the time. Her name is Aishat. She's 63 years old, and she was 23 years old when she came from Dagestan to Georgia. She came here with beloved men. We don't know how, but men disappeared. She was deaf and mute from the childhood, and she was here all alone. She, for 40 years, she was sex prisoner. She was a victim of sexual and physical violence. She had here 10 children and never met them because they were taken away from them and they were sold for adoption. So when I met her, she thought I was one of her daughter. It was so emotional for me. I was so nervous, but I had to disappoint her. And she has no voice, so I'm gonna tell you her story. I'm Elena Tsintsadze. I'm director of the movie Prisoner from Dagestan, and I'm gonna tell this story for Aishat. Thank you.
Thank you. This is a very touching story, isn't it? Mrs. Smets, what emotions raised this story for you?
Well, it is a very, very sad story. It's very, very dramatic. And I mean, I find it very special that you found this person. I'm wondering, you know, because she's mute and she cannot hear, we see a little bit of hand gestures, but I'm very curious how you are going to speak with her about the tragedy and all the intimate details of her life and how she's going to look for her children. I'm sure you will have a plan, and this makes me already very curious. But I would like to find out, you know, how you're going to, on one hand, as a film, how you are going to make this into a story that we can all see and hear. And how if she will ever find her children. I would be very curious.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
There was a very strong contrast between these two projects. One is amusing and the next one is a sad story, but the audience will decide. And the next project you will see is from Armenia.
Armenia, separated. Sona Kocharyan.
Have you ever experienced a flight cancellation? And can you remember how stressful it was for you? And please try to imagine a different situation where you have your second flight cancelled. The next month, you have one more flight cancelled, and it goes on for about 6 months with 6 flights cancelled. And it happens far away from your home for around 8,000 kilometers. My name is Sona Kocharyan, and I'm here to present my documentary film called Separated. This is a story about 3 of my Chinese classmates in London, far away from their country, and trying to find their way back home. So while the whole world was struggling to get used to this so-called new normal, my Chinese classmates Daishan, Fan, and Frank were struggling even harsher challenges like discrimination, intolerance, and separation. Even the most multicultural society of London was pointing them out for coming from China, the country where the virus first started. At the same time, they became a burden for their own country that put strict restrictions on the number of flights, forbidding its own citizens for homecoming. So after 6 months, this turned into a story that tells how friendship helped people to survive in most difficult times. Now, please have a look at the trailer, and thank you for your attention.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
3 days ago, Daishan and we suffered a discrimination, just the two local guys, when we passed on the way, and they just say, "Fuck you, Chinese."
After that, I'm now a bit afraid of walking at night alone.
And they said, "Stab your mama."
And you're saying shame on you.
I say, "Shame on you, you're pigs."
The reason you film us is usually because we are your classmates and you care about us a lot. So I think friendship is kind of can be a core in this film.
Yeah, it's a kind of relaxing living in the hospital. You don't have so much things to worry about. After discharge, you have to worry about the flight, worry about packing, worry about job, everything coming back.
January, February, March, April, June, July, all in lockdown.
Thank you so much. It was a project from Armenia. Mr. Bayo, what are your thoughts about this project?
Yeah, thank you very much for this project. I think it's a very important one, as it shows the situation of so many people in the world being thrown somewhere, arriving in a totally new, unsecure environment, don't know exactly what brings the next day. So I think already this is very important, but you attach to the story also the discrimination people are facing. And I liked also that this is a Chinese group, as we are in a situation where global rivalities are growing up, and there always you have cliches and you have stereotypes, and you show the human dimension of people who are migrating. And this is what I like very much. So first I didn't understand your relationship to the group, but I understood that this is your classmates, and I think it's interesting to learn now exactly how in the other movies. So what is coming next now? What is happening with this group? Are they returning? Are they staying? What is developing? Are they getting in touch with the whole society, or what is happening? So I'm curious to see the rest of the movie.
Thank you, Mr. Bayer. Thank you so much.
And
now we present the third project from Georgia. For the future, we call on all participants to be more active in submitting projects so that they can have more projects in the finals like Georgia. Georgia.
Georgia, the lion that guards the city. Tamara Mshrenyeradze.
Hi. My name is Tamara, and the guy on the screen was a lion. In fact, the lion that guards the city is an African expression. Originally, it sounds like Aguna Echemba. And this is what the main character of my film calls himself very often, to emphasize that he's strong, he has power, he is a guardian, he can protect. His real name is Richard Arinze Obunuju. And he is the first ever Black African man in the history of Georgia to run for a capital city, Tbilisi mayor. Yes, but that was when he was king. So 26 years ago, when he traveled from Nigeria to Georgia alone, he had little money, no hope, no clear idea where to go, how to live, but somehow he managed to transform this country into a land where he could become or at least play at whoever he wants to be. So it is this land where he managed to become a king of Africans in Georgia, and it is this land where he became a real candidate in real elections. But what drives him to reinvent himself constantly without being afraid to fail, and what is his real motivation to really get exposed to so many controversial reactions? Because sometimes he puts himself in a situation where he looks a bit funny. And what's important, what drives him to, to lose, because he is stepping into a game where he will lose. So basically it's a film, it's a story about a stranger who tries to navigate and survive in another land. So please meet Richard, the king, the candidate of city mayorship, and then the trailer.
Even if it is your right that you inherit it, you need to work for it. You need to prove that you are worthy to lead. You have to be a fighter. You have to be a lion.
I want to make talk sense to the nation, not just to make talk to the nation, talk sense into them. Traditionally, under this guy, she logo under the lapel. Well, lapel at least 20 brale. Yeah, super last brale. Imitro. Some digger and sweetie digger under that was a come on Tanzania. Ara winner, that's at the point.
Thank you, Tamara. I'm curious, Mr. Fay, what do you think about this project?
It seems like a great project to me. I mean, I can see there's some real filmmaking that's gone into it to begin with, and it's a compelling story, very compelling story. And you can find that there's some lightness and some comedy in there as well. It's certainly something that I would really want to see, and he's a great character to begin with. So following him around is going to be a really interesting experience. A very much a fish out of water kind of experience, but you can see his connection to the people too. I think it's a very interesting, very exciting.
Thank you, Mr. Fay. Thank you. We're glad to have such an active jury, and we're happy to see that these projects really deserve this high level of attention. And now we will see the 8th and the final project from Belarus.
Hello everyone, I'm the director of Road to Slavalacha. I'm from Belarus, but currently I live in Ukraine because of extremely high risk of being arrested for no reason. But luckily we have Slavalacha.
Slavalacha is an imaginary country with no borders, where the official language is music. It is an alliance between folk musicians from Belarus, Ukraine, and Appalachian region of the United States. Slavic and Appalachian. Slavalacha.
This project started 3 years ago in Ohio, United States. It all started as a simple joke in the middle of jam session, but it evolved into international musical collaboration, and we faced a lot of challenges on the way, including COVID-19 and political crisis in Belarus.
In spite of all of that, Slavalachans released first single and music video to support people of Belarus in August 2020. And this year, finally, our alliance got together and we recorded an album and performed on the biggest festivals of Western Ukraine.
Road to Slavolache is a letter of hope to this world. Hope that we as a society can do better. Because I feel like politicians are doing a pretty poor job in terms of bringing us all together. And in spite of all of our differences, we have a lot in common. It's time to build bridges instead of walls, and it is more important than ever. Thank you. Let's watch the trailer.
Традиційна музика має оцей викристалізований зміст, який співали сотнями, десятками років.
And there's something about this genetic cross-pollination that makes this project feel really important.
Slavolache is a platform with which we as Appalachians can forge an alliance with the Slavic folk traditions of Ukraine and Belarus to give the future of our traditions a better possibility of survival.
Во всем свете. Это может быть каштоўна, это может быть сапраўды мець доўгае жыццё і нейкі унёсак у такую world music гісторыю.
Hello, Brett. How are you?
Better than ever, brother.
Fucking virus.
Yeah, fucking virus, man. Fucking virus.
Which side are you on?
Which side are you on?
Which side, which side? Наче ти ваку. Which side, which side? Нас є у боці ти. Which side, which side? Which side are you
Thank you so much for participants from Belarus, like mostly from Ukraine as well. So, Mrs. Inik, yes, what do you think?
It's said before, you know, music is uniting people from the most far places, and also in this project, the music seems to be the core of the story. And what makes me very, very curious is, okay, you told us how you met each other, but then you have to go back to your countries, and then, you know, a band has to rehearse and has to write songs and has to spend time together and have to get drunk together. And I'm just very curious how you are doing that, you know. Are you doing that over the internet? Or, because what I understand is you only met once, okay, so, but you twice, okay. So there's going to be more meetings probably, yeah?
Yes.
Well, great. I'm very, very curious to see the rest of the journey that you are going to go into.
Thanks to jury.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And the presentation of the project ends on this very energetic note. We ask jury to start preparing their final verdict.
Yeah, we have seen a display of diversity here that the truly worthy of the ADAMI Media Prize.
You have seen all 8 projects, and now I would like to remind you once again, please visit the ADAMI Media Prize website, make your personal contribution to the development of the projects.
We are also looking for organizations interested in co-production and partnership.
Please contact us and let's consider possibilities for cooperation.
But meanwhile, you have the possibility to support your favorite project through the crowdfunding till the end of this year.
We would like to ask Mr. Bayer about the problems raised around the idea that the ADAMI Media Prize is promoting cultural, ethnic, religious diversity, and also his personal thoughts on this issue. Mr. Bayer.
We would Sorry, we kindly ask you
to
have to leave the
about
consultation.
ADAMI Media Prize promoting.
Thank you very much. I think the topic is very well chosen. Diversity. Diversity is at the core of what we are doing as a German organization. Really trying to support international cooperation for sustainable development, and without diversity there will be no sustainable development. So let me make you one practical example how we do this, and let me take one group which is not a minority but half of the population, namely the women. They are half of the population, but they do not have the same rights, they do not have the same access to services, to salaries, to jobs. They are prone to violence and so on and so forth. So we try very hard to incorporate better women into decision making, and further also economic development of female entrepreneurs and things like this. This would be one example, but we are also very much dealing with refugees in the region here, with people who are internally displaced, as this was a technical expression, internally displaced persons, and how to integrate them in their host communities, how to support not only the refugees in what they need urgently, but also the host communities in better being able to handle such an in-migration. And maybe last example of how we try to support our partners here in the region to handle better diversity is that we invest also in digitalization if it comes to services of municipalities given to the people. So how to incorporate all groups of a community, not only the ones who can walk, who can easily communicate, and who are anyhow very present, but giving those who are difficult to reach, who cannot walk, maybe who are handicapped or who have other maybe challenges to interact with, for example, with governments, to give them a better access to services is another example. So I think it's perfectly chosen, not only for the region, but especially for the region. Human rights, diversity, minorities, marginalized groups, we have to have a closer look on them and to integrate them better into our societies.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bayer.
Thank you so much. The most important task of the ADAMI Media Prize is to give these promising projects a chance for development.
And now, before the jury reveals who will receive the €2,000 award for the ADAMI Media Prize project pitching competition,
let's take another look at the projects.
Armenia separated. Sona Kocharyan. Azerbaijan, next station, Mariam Rahimova. Belarus, road to Slavalachia, Varfolomei Kuraga. Moldova, lost in Moldova, Vlad Bulgarin. Ukraine, Dudu and Lala, Tatiana Suchkova-Ladik. Georgia, prisoner from Dagestan, Elena Tsintsadze. Georgia, the lion that guards the city, Tamara Mshrenyeradze. Georgia, Biteshuga, Anna Barjadze.
and now the jury's verdict.
Too difficult. Okay.
I know.
Okay, we will wait a bit because it's really difficult. We spoke today with Lika that we watched like a lot of these videos, trailers, and we've heard about these stories.
Yes, absolutely. Amazing stories.
Yeah, and it's very, very difficult to choose. Like, if I was a jury, I
Yeah,
wouldn't even like have a chance
really hard,
what to give like the main prize, because every story is unique. You know?
And I can understand why they need more time to
of course.
have a verdict.
Hopefully.
So we have a verdict.
Oh my God.
It was incredibly difficult.
I know.
It was
It's a
like
wonderful group of projects.
Yes.
All of you are winners by being here, obviously. I mean, out of all the projects that were submitted, you're here. And there's a high quality of filmmaking. There's a lot of passion that we see in every project. Honestly, we all have our favorites. I wish we could pick more than one.
Yes.
It's a very difficult decision.
yes,
So.
yes, exactly.
All
but
projects have to be realized, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and all these projects, obviously, you know, I think that among us, we feel like we found the one that probably most exemplifies the ideals of the ADAMI Media Prize. But honestly, all of them are wonderful projects and deserve to get made. I hope that they do.
Yes, exactly.
So your verdict?
Okay, the verdict for its portrayal of a small story, for the portrayal of something, the backside of a problem that we all know, which is immigration workers in our countries. And to show the backside of that, we want to give the prize to Bitter Sugar.
Oh. Bitter Sugar! We congratulate the winner, and please. Congratulations!
It's so unexpected. Thanks a lot. Thanks, and
it's very exciting.
Yes. And we want to thank to the boys and to the family that agreed us to show their lives, and that's the main thing.
The story is very touching.
Thank you very much. I'm really glad that you found out how important it is to realize these kind of stories, and I want to say thank you all of the women around the world who are emigrated and leave their countries and to save their families. So it's important. Thank you, boys. Thank you, 3 of them. Thank you, mother and father of this family. But thank you at first, ADAM Media Prize and all of the group of there. It's really hard to realize how much they worked for this event, for this live show. So even I'm hard to say thank you to all of you, jury members. And I don't know what I can say more because I really did not expect it. Really did not expect it.
We're so happy. Congratulations one more time. It was very touching and it's very emotional for you.
Yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations one more time.
And now, thank you so much. And we have a surprise. We ask executive editor of the Current Time TV, Mr. Kenan Aliyev, to join us in the studio.
Mr. Aliyev?
Mr. Aliyev.
We are all ears.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for having me. I'm Kenan Aliyev. As you said, I'm executive editor of Current Time TV, which is known in Russian as Nastoящее время. This is the part of the United States international broadcast, and I'm so happy that ADAMI is having us here on this wonderful event. And today is a International Human Rights Day, and Happy Human Rights Day. So we have award. First of all, congratulations to all of you, wonderful projects, and I'm actually looking forward to be in touch personally with you later, to see how we can support your projects. But we have 2 awards actually, and
wow.
I just decided watching these presentations.
I know, it's amazing.
And I have 40 seconds to say. So first award, it goes to the project from Belarus, The Road to Slovakia. And I hope your music breaks the border and we know what's happening in Belarus these days. And I hope this film will demonstrate the spirit of people of Belarus, the freedom that they need very much today.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. And the second award, I think it's a very important story that world should know. And this is the story of, again, modern slavery. This is the film by Elena Tsintsadze, prisoner from Dagestan, Georgia. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And please tell the story of Aisha to the world. This is a very important story. Thank you so much. Current Time will continue to support creative documentaries in our market and everywhere, and we will show you films whenever we can. Thank you
so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ken. Wow.
Congratulations.
What a surprise. What a surprise.
What a surprise. It's a true success for your project.
Yes, and let us wish success to all of the projects, since in reality, as we heard, like all 8 projects are winners.
And now I'm being told the project
the next station is...
Got the most crowdfunding contributions.
The next station.
Next station.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to thank the public, the audience, the juries, everyone who took their time, who showed interest and viewed my project and listened to me. I was a little bit nervous, so I couldn't really tell the idea of my project, but it was a good experience for me, and I'm truly honored to be a part of this wonderful event, to be around this wonderful, talented people. It's honestly a pleasure. Thank you so much once again. It's an honor.
Thank you so much to you, Mariam.
Congratulations.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah, and we remind you that once again that the crowdfunding continues until the end of the year.
Our ceremony is coming to an end. ADAMI Media Prize looks forward to next year's projects on cultural, ethnic and religious diversity.
Thanks to everyone, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Germany that funds at the ADAMI Media Prize.
Thanks to the EU Easter Partnership Program.
ADAMI Media Prize live pitching competition supported by Embassy of the Netherlands.
All members of the jury, of course.
And all tutors who helped these projects to develop.
TV companies from the Easter Partnership countries.
And of course, the Georgian public broadcaster.
Of course. And to everyone who helped us make this project a success.
We wish all participants successful promotion of their projects.
Participate in the strengthening ethnic, religious and cultural diversity, the diversity that unites us.
Thank you so much for being with us. Goodbye and until next time.
Goodbye.